everyone, welcome to yet another episode of FunAsia Radio. आज हमारे बीच एक सेलिब्रिटी सिंगर है जिनकी आवाज आप लूप में सुन रहे हैं। जी हाँ, बहुत ही खूबसूरत सॉन्ग है जो वायरल हो चुका है, लाल सिंह चड्ढा का द कहानी सॉन्ग। अब तो आपने गेस कर ही लिया होगा किसके बारे में बात करनी है, मोहन कन्नन। वैसे आप मोहन कन्नन को उनके बैंड की वजह से भी जानते हैं जिसका नाम है अग्नी, यूथ आइकॉनिक बैंड, और बहुत सारे अनगिनत गाने जो इन्होंने बॉलीवुड के लिए गाए हैं, जैसे कि खानाबदोश, यारियां, कॉकटेल से, चांदनिया, 2 स्टेट्स, किनारे, क्वीन एंड मेनी मेनी मोर। मोहन की यूनिक वॉइस एंड ब्यूटीफुल टेक्सचर हैज वन आवर हार्ट्स। और पता है, वैसे हमेशा गाना चाहते थे क्या? अगर आप ये क्वेश्चन पूछेंगे तो यस, ही वाज आल्सो इन दैट मोड इन हिज लाइफ जहां पर इनको चुनना था उनके करियर और पैशन के बीच। ज्वाइन करने वाले थे एज वाइस प्रेसिडेंट ऑफ अ बैंक बाय साइनिंग अ कॉन्ट्रैक्ट। और फिर दिल ने पुकारा, म्यूजिक का क्या होगा? क्या चुना इन्होंने, उसके लिए आपको कोई ब्राइनी पॉइंट्स नहीं मिल रहे। इन्हीं से पूछ लेते हैं, चलिए। Hi Mohan, how are you today?
Hello, I'm very good. I don't know whether we're supposed to talk about this, but I am going to anyway. So in your introduction, you missed one very, very important thing, is that the reason you and I know each other is that we went to college together and we had great times in college. But I love the fact that we know each other since that time and we can have a conversation which, so I was thinking about this, what should we speak about? And then I realized, no, so it's you and me, so we'll have a great time anyway. We won't really care. So happy to be on this. It's superb to see you. It's superb to be on this show. You call it Sur on Air, no? Very happy to be on Sur.
Thank you. Sur on Air has been a concept of people who want to follow their passion. And they have chosen a career. And now they are actually honing their talent. So that is how it happened. And we are going to start our season 2. You went all the way to get your MBA degree and you just left it. So tell me, was this dilemma always there with you when you were growing up, all through your life, or suddenly you thought, this is what I want to do?
No, actually, you remember when I was in college, I used to play mridangam, which was my main instrument, right? Which is the drum that we play. Carnatic classical. My mother's a musician, sister's a musician. Everyone in my family is a musician. So that was going to be a part of it anyway. But we never thought that it would be a profession. We were never brought up like that. And I had not even thought about it. So my whole thing was MBA karna hai, finance karna hai, marketing karna hai, and then I wanted to do a job. I had always wanted to be a CEO of a bank. That was definitely one of those situations I wanted to do. But somewhere down the line, 2005, I met this guy called Coco, who's now my partner in the band and all that. But he had met me in 2003, and next 2 years we kept meeting each other. And it was more of a, I don't know how to, spur of the moment decision, because he called me on a day, May 14th he called me, 2005. And he told me that there's a show on June something 2nd or 3rd in Pune. You want to come and jam over? And the next day I was signing my house lease and my car lease with Deutsche Bank, where I just joined from ICICI. So, and I said, if I sign these leases, then I'll be stuck with this job for a year. And I was 30 at that time. It was just correct for me that, I'm the youngest in the family, you know that, right? So Didi hai and parents are there. So I don't have to take care of anyone. So I had no responsibility. I said, if I try now, it'll be nice. So tried it. Told my boss also, after 2 years, I might come back and take my own job back if this doesn't work. And he was laughing at me saying, you're completely mad. And but it worked out. I got lucky. So after 2 years, 2 years to the day, May 15, 2005, I quit banking. May 15, 2007, we launched Agnee. So our first album launch happened with that. So, and after that, it's been great. So it was, yeah. So it was spur of the moment. It wasn't really something else.
Did you go and do your concerts in St. Xavier's College and Calcutta and places?
Yeah. We did Zavotsav. It was so much fun.
Oh,
and it was so good to be back in campus. So I'm from Hindi High School, right, which is now called Birla High School. So we played the school fest also. All my teachers from school were there, sitting in the front row. They all remembered. It was very sweet. So that is a different feeling because all the kids are in school uniform. That's a very different thing to do. And then we played Zavotsav, I think, 2014 or 13. We played Zavotsav. It was superb to see all the college kids there. It's just as big as it was. So, apna piche wala field, that's where it was, as always. So we did that show. It was good fun. Man. It was very, very good fun. I showed all my bandmates Calcutta and Park Street and Puchka Khilaya. Did all of that. So it was good fun.
Puchka in Kolkata, we cannot forget. So you did the theme song for the Avengers, right?
Yeah.
Oh my God! So that would be so close to your heart because how was that?
I don't know how it happened. You know, they just randomly called Disney and they said, "Karna, do you guys want to do the Avengers theme song?" I'm like, okay. So and that's how that happened. And then after that, I called Coco and I said, "We are doing the Avengers theme song." He said, "What's Avengers?" I said, "Disney, very big thing, huh?" So he said, "Okay." So okay, let's do it. And then we sat down, we did it. And then, we knew there was Robert Downey Jr., there was Scarlett Johansson. For me, Scarlett Johansson was like, wow. So, and I thought we'd actually end up meeting all of them. We didn't meet anyone.
No.
So they shot a video of us here with the footage of the film playing behind us. That's how they shot the video. And even at the launch, they didn't really have them come over. They had an Iron Man suit and the Hulk hand. That's what it. They didn't have any of the actors come over. But I was very kicked about it because in the music video, my face comes first and right after my face is Scarlett Johansson. So I'm like, yeah, this is like...
ये मुलाकात हो गई.
Correct. So in that sense, I was happy. Like बचपन में ऐसा था ना, wow, मेरे पास Scarlett Johansson है. So even at that time, I was feeling like that. So it was good.
So cute. So Shankar Ehsaan Loy, Preetham, Amit Trivedi, your favorites, and all of you have created such magical songs. You know, how did this association happen? You had no connection, nothing. You just delved into an unknown world.
No, I'll tell you. Okay, what had actually happened was when we first recorded the first album, my corporate training helped me a lot because we did a demo. It's very difficult to get a label to sign. So even at that time, now, anytime that you look at it, it's very difficult. So you have to at least be able to meet the right people. You have to have the opportunity to get a meeting in the first place because typically it's difficult to get a hold of them because there's so many artists who want to teach. So that helped. So I got a label and all the labels luckily said yes because I was quite senior in the industry by that time. I was 7 years. So most of my friends are also like that, right? So I could get meetings with the MDs and the senior guys in the labels. So Sony, after they said yes, when we recorded the album, Sony guys told me, why don't we go and meet some of the music directors like Shankar Ehsaan, Rahman, Preetham, we'll set up meetings for you.
Oh, nice.
But I was very clear that I didn't want to do it because I said, Nick, first song that I will release, first few songs that I will release will be the songs that I have composed. I will not give my voice to other songs first. I will give my what I believe is my voice. I will do that to the best of my ability. Uske baad, if people want to call me and do that, it's fine. And that's what actually happened. So the first album got released. Amit Trivedi loved Sadhore, which was the first track that we released. So he'd come up to me 3 months after we released the album and he told me, I love this song. At some point, I'd love to work with you. And then 1 year later, Udaan happened. And he called me for that. Shankar Ehsaan Loy heard Kabira. Ehsaan knew Coco, my bandmate, from a long time. So he had heard Kabira. So he asked Shankar to hear it. So I remember when I went to the studio, they called me one day and said, come and pick up this, we want to try. We don't know, but we want to try. So I was very happy to go at that point because Shankar Ehsaan Loy, who will say no, right? So went there and Shankar was so sweet. Yeah, he came and sang Kabira to me. He was like, "Arey, achha hai." And sang that song. It was like a breeze. It was very nice. Preetham was much later actually. I think 2000. Both of these songs, Amit Trivedi and Shankar Ehsaan Loy, were 2008. One year after we released the Agnee album. But 2009 or 10 was when Preetham spoke to me and his team said, okay, let's try and dub this song. And I dubbed Ferrari Ki Savari and then Cocktail, Yaariyan for Cocktail, which became quite a decently big song. So that's how that happened. But each of them, I have a separate equation. So Shankar Ehsaan Loy will have a certain kind of sound that they will associate with me. It will be a love song and a deep voice kind of song. Amit Trivedi, he's always said it. Whenever he thinks of an inspirational song, he's like, Mohan, I got that. So that's his main thing. Preetham loves the storytelling aspect. So he likes me to do those. Even Kahani happened because of that. Ferrari Ki Savari, that song, which the first song that I sang for him, was a very storytelling kind of song. So because of that, he remembered that, and that's why they all wanted me to sing Kahani. So each of them has a different equation with me, and I love that. So that's how it's happened over the years. Now it's just they just pick up the phone and say, "Acha, aa jao, abhi record karna hai, kal release hai," and I go. So that's how.
So is there any music director you have not worked with and you really like his work and you say that I want to work with him?
Of course. Vishal Bhardwaj, I haven't worked with. Rahman, I haven't worked with. But to be honest, I'd love to work with them. But I don't know how to put it. But I don't miss it if I don't work with them. But I know that experience will be beautiful if and when I do. Yeah. At that point, it's just not happened. I've met Vishal Bhardwaj and he's lovely. I've worked with Rekha ji, his wife. I've never worked with him, but he and I have interacted separately otherwise. But with Rahman, I've only met him once. Just hi, hello, or like meeting. But who doesn't like Rahman's work? It's just...
It needs to happen organically. Yeah.
So when it does happen, it will. But yeah, these are the two people. I would have loved to work on the other side. I would have loved to work with someone like Nusrat Saab. Nusrat Saab. I would have loved to compose a song very good sing. But yeah, these are the two music directors.
So is there a difference between you as a rock band, a lead singer on stage, and of course there is Bollywood playback singing. What appeals you in both?
No, I love both. Agnee is a lot to do with my sound, right? So it's Coco and me, it's our sounds coming to Coco's the guitarist in the band, and he and I formed the band together. He and I composed together. So that is a specific sound that we decide to do. So there is really no one else telling us, or no one else who has a vision for the song. But in films where I'm singing for someone else, where I'm not composing, it's a very different feeling because they already have an idea. They know there's a character, this is where the story is, this is how I want Mohan to, deliver this song. Whether they want me to be a part of as a character in the film, they want me to sing it as a voice from top. Like, sometimes the songs are philosophical songs, which are about what is happening, but they're not any individual character. Whether they want me to sing it like an introspective way or otherwise. So they'll have all of these inputs. And there's a lot of fun to learn from all of these. And they know that as a composer, I also come in and give my inputs to try and do that. So our interactions are slightly different, as opposed to just a composer and a singer. Both of us will be composers, both of us will be singers, so we'll have that understanding of that. So both are great fun to do. But because with the film side of things, and I work with different composers, I keep meeting new composers. So, and they all have something or the other that I can learn from them, or that's just fun as an interaction. So it's cool. I just sang a song recently for this really young guy, very sweet fellow, guy called Simran, very, very nice composer. And very strange, he was extremely particular. Ye line mujhe aisa hi chahiye. There's not one change. Okay? I just want the tail to be just this much. If you're doing you don't do that. Just do and stop. So that much. And I haven't worked with someone like that in a long time. And he was a young guy, a very good composer, and so very sure of himself. No? So very confident. Okay, this is what I want. And I love that. So there are lots of different experiences that you have. मजा आता है.
तो कभी ऐसा हुआ है कि जैसे राइटर्स ब्लॉक होता है, सिंगर ब्लॉक हुआ, बस निकल ही नहीं रहा, वो मतलब निकल ही नहीं रहा.
No, singer's block तो खैर होता नहीं है, because singer's block is a biological thing. Your voice is not working, it's not able to deliver because either you've got strain or you've not slept well, something like that. Composer's block बहुत होता है मेरा. Sometimes suddenly in a space of 7 days I would have composed some 10-15 songs just because the ideas are just happening. You're in that mood. Sometimes you'll be thinking about a song, फिर 1 महीने तक नहीं चलेगा, कुछ भी नहीं आएगा. It's very, very, it's very possible. And then, but over time we have figured out how to, address these things. For example, I know that if a song isn't happening the way I want it to happen, I have a situation, I want to compose a song for that situation. And nahi ho raha, so then I just leave it. I just don't think about music only for the next 2-3 days, because suddenly, somewhere, I know that an inspiration will hit. So sometimes it will happen when you're eating, sometimes when you're just watching TV, sometimes when you're in the shower. But that will only happen if you let it be. So sometimes that happens. But it's more on the composer's side and the writer's side, not much on the singer's side, except for the voice. That's good.
So which has been your favorite song? Really love?
So right now, the Kahani is...
मैं जानती थी you will say. I was borrowing Kahani right now. We'll come to Kahani.
We'll come to Kahani. But apart from Kahani, now is very special to me. The first ever song I sang outside of, Agnee, with Amit Trivedi for Udaan. That is very special to me. Because it was the first ever time I've sung for someone else. And also that song got recorded in a very different manner, because Amitabh Bhattacharya and Amit Trivedi had just composed the main part. they were not very clear about where the song is going. And we figured it out in the studio. So there were a lot of my ideas and both of their ideas also. So it was a true collaboration, like a lot of those. But over a period of time, my relationship with Amit changed in the sense that he knew that if Mohan aayega, so I know how to compose for him. So the songs became more and more clear. So we wouldn't do it in the studio. He would just tell me, and I would know what to deliver and how to deliver it and done. So that exploratory stage was very nice. So it was good fun. So for me, now is very, very special.
Wow. Mohan, we'd love it if you can sing that song for us, please.
Let's try. See.
So lovely. Okay, guitarist. Mridangam nahi aaya aaj.
नहीं, उसके साथ गाना मुश्किल है. चढ़ती लहरें रंग न पाए क्यों हाँपती सीना है तेरी नाव है तेरी तिनका जोड़ के सांसें क्यों नापती सीना है तेरी नाव है तेरी उल्टी बहती धार भरी उल्टी बहती धार भरी के अब कुछ कर जाने. That's the beginning.
Oh, beautiful. Oh my God.
Thank you.
Your ird-gird people must be like just loving it, na? महफिल ऐसे जमती रहती होगी, मतलब you guys together and singing.
Yeah, we have a lot. So my house is infamous for jam sessions. So so I'm very, very particular with musicians. I don't let musicians go. So एक बार दोस्त बन गए तो नहीं, no chance. You can't escape me. And I meet so many young musicians, so it's great fun to hang out with them. So when we have parties at home also, there's never recorded music that plays, never. Because everyone's a musician, so at some point guitars will come out, keyboards will come out, someone will bring out a percussion instrument. And we have lyricists like Abhas Charwala, Amitabh Bhattacharya, these guys are sitting with us.
Oh, wow.
They'll write lyrics on the spot, we'll create songs on the spot. So, and they'll go on from some 9:30 in the night till 7-8 in the morning. Everyone will have breakfast, then they'll go. So it's just great fun.
So now coming to Lal Singh Chaddha, the Kahani song. So when you were offered the song, Mohan, what was your reaction to the song? And what was the process of making this entire song?
Started very long ago, 2019, when they were actually shooting the film. Of course, at that time, who knew that there was going to be a lockdown and all of that. So the film was supposed to get released 2020 Christmas. That was the initial plan when they were. So this song got recorded in the first version in 2019. But at that time, I didn't know it was Lal Singh Chaddha. I didn't know anything about it. Because also, there's some amount of confidentiality that they also have to keep. And I didn't ask. So I went and they said, okay, there's this song. I'm very happy to sing it. I loved the lyrics. I just loved the lyrics. That was written so beautifully. So I sang it at that point. And then thank you. But I sang it at that point, and after that, 2 days later, they called me back to correct a few lines. And at that time, by mistake, someone told me, Yari, Amir sir really liked your voice. I said, this is for Amir Khan. So they said, sorry, we're not supposed to do this. Then I dubbed the song, whatever it is, and came back. And again a few days later, Ajit Andare, who's a good friend of mine, who heads Viacom, he had messaged me saying, I'm so happy to see that, to hear your voice on my poster. So even then I had no clue. So I was like, what have I sung for Viacom? I have no idea. And then he called me and told me, this is what it is. The Lal Singh Chaddha motion poster is releasing tomorrow. And your voice is on it. So it's sounding great. So I'd love to. That's what I wanted to. So the next day it came out. That's when I got to know it was Lal Singh Chaddha. And then of course everything got stalled for a while. And this year again, March or April is when March is when Amir called and he said, let's meet. And we met at Pritam's studio. Amir Advait, the director, Amir Khan, his team, Amitabh, Pritam and I all sat because they had added another antara also to the song, one more stanza to the song. And what they wanted to do with it, how they wanted to do it. And that's when he told me about this entire situation, that the songs are releasing audio first. We want people to consume the songs in just audio format. So they was very particular about certain words. Kabhi ka kabhi nahi hona chahiye. Because when you typically say it, kabhi kabhi, so the second time becomes kabhi. So it's like kabhi kabhi jo ye aise hona chahiye, so that people can actually get everything from the song because they won't have visuals to help. So he was very particular about all of those things. So it was great fun. After that we recorded again. Then finally we did the Tamil and Telugu versions after we did the Hindi, and that all got released. So then I sang the Tamil and the Telugu version. So it's a long process for this song, but great fun.
It's a hot favorite. Oh my God! Every evening I'm playing it on the radio because it is such a beautiful. It's very nostalgic. It has some very good feel to it.
Yeah, it is. Pritam composed it also. So it's the fact is, to say something very deep and to have a tune that is simple is very difficult. Because you typically end up either having a heavy tune for a deep thought, or either the lyrics will be very bhari varkam words, and they will not be so simple to understand. But it's very difficult to give out deep thoughts in simple day-to-day language. And just like that in a song also, it's very difficult to convey a deep emotion with something very simple. So, and Pritam's a master of that, how he's composed that. The simplest tune possible, so hummable, anyone can sing it. And those are the songs that are most difficult to sing in the studio. Because you have to go there and just nibhao the lyric. You cannot afford to do a single extra thing. You just don't, on live stage when I go and sing the song, I'll do some extra stuff. Like, you'll take a variation, you'll sing something else. But when you're trying to, touch someone with that song and you have to drive the lyrics home, you have to be really simple. You have to sing it as simply as possible so people can actually get it. It was a great time singing it. Very, very good.
So when Mohan is in the house, we can hear it live from him on the airwaves of FunAsia Radio. Mohan, we would love to hear it from you directly.
We take it from the Antara.
ये हथेली की लकीरों में लिखी सारी है या जिंदगी हमारे इरादों की हमारी है तेरी मेरी समझदारी समझ पाने में या इसको ना समझना ही समझदारी है बाकी कलियों पे तितली के जैसी कभी उड़ने दे कभी रुक जाने दे जिंदगी है जैसे बारिशों का पानी आधी बदले आधी बह जाने दे है जरूरत से थोड़ी ज्यादा आया है जरूरत से क्या पता हमने है कहानियां है कहानी
Wow.
Thank you.
Keep humming, keep listening. How does it feel, Mohan? Like you have sung it and there's the hero on the screen and that's my voice, but this is Amir Khan or there's some... What is, as an artist, how is that feeling?
I don't know, it's great to hear your voice in a movie theater in that sense. And I think honestly it's happened with me or a lot of singers like me because Bollywood has changed over the period of time. Where earlier, like when Kishore Kumar used to sing, and there was something outstanding about how if Rajesh Khanna's face you see, it used to sound like Rajesh. When Amitabh Bachchan's face you see or Devanand's face you see, Kishore Kumar used to sound like them. And that was one very, very big characteristic that he had, apart from the fact that the best singers we've ever heard. But he also had that ability to sound like the hero, like that hero's voice. Now, since 2005-6, that's not there. Kailash Kher is singing, playback. I am singing playback where, one of my biggest songs which started off was Yaariyan, which was on the face of Saif Ali Khan. And as two human beings, our voices don't match. I have a very deep voice and he doesn't have a very deep voice. But still it works for the song. So now the casting has become such that you choose someone on the basis of the song. You don't choose the person on the basis of the actor. So the voice is, which voice will nibhao the song the best. So that is how it's come. And then after that, and now of course we have very few lip sync songs where people are singing on screen. It's more to do with there's a storyline going on or there's a montage happening and the song is playing. So that way it's different. But yeah, in the sense of my being a part of an Amir Khan film, this is the first time it's happened. So it feels great because I'm a fan of it. So it feels great to be a part of that. I've worked with him once before in an ad. My first ever ad that I signed for was Samsung. A jingle called Dil To Jeb Mein Rakha Hai. It was composed by Amit Trivedi, written by Gulzar Saab. The ad was directed by Anurag Kashyap and Amir Khan was a brand ambassador. So it was my first ever ad that I signed. So that from there, that was 2009, and from there till now, this is the first time I've worked. So it's quite good fun.
No,
but it's wonderful to see the way he is very particular, very much of a perfectionist, which we all know about. But I got to see that firsthand as well. And it's wonderful the way he takes note of every little thing. Even during the promotions, how he made sure that he would, involve everyone in it. The credits were correct. And he had called me the previous day saying that Subah main 9 baje ja gaane wala hu tujhe. I'm going to radio and we're launching the song on radio and I'm going to call you, so you have to be ready. I said okay. So after you making me wake up, he made me wake up.
But we are fans of you, Mohan. Amazing. Your voice is so unique, so soulful. Is there any song that you would not sing even if it comes to you, somebody offers and you're like, yaar, not me. ऐसा हुआ है कभी?
बहुत बार. There's earlier a lot more, between 2008 to 2010, 12. There have been situations where people have given me, asked me to come and sing a song, and I've heard the song, and it's like, there's a song called Boys To Boys Hain. Which was about kids who will just be who will behave badly or who will लड़कियों को छेड़ेंगे. Like यार मैं ये गाना गाऊंगा तो दुखी कर दूंगा उसको. Chance नहीं है. There's no point. And I went and told them this is not not the right casting. Get someone else to sing it. But those kind of situations happen a lot in terms of when they come. But we've had a lot of situations where I feel that this song would sound great in someone else's voice, for example. It's a song that I hear it, Arjit should sing this, or Ash King should sing it, or Shan should sing it. And there are times when the music director is saying, okay, but how do we get in touch? And I'm like, no, I'll put you through. And the reverse has also happened. Arjit has gone to dub a song and he's like, why am I singing this song? It's your song. You should be the one singing it. So we have a lot of that happening in this industry, which is great, because everyone has their place and we're all doing, what we like doing. Yeah, and no one's insecure. Everyone's in that zone and we all love listening to each other. So it's been that space since the last 10-12 years at least, if not more. And it's a beautiful place to be. So that way, it's a great situation. When I say no also, I understand that, okay, this might be someone else's song and makes more sense in their voice.
So, I'll go to this segment, which is called Quick Beat.
Okay.
And so we get to know you a little bit more personally.
Okay.
If not a singer, composer, writer, what would you be?
I would have loved to be the snooker world champion. But I don't have I would have loved, but I don't have the talent for it. I used to, but I'm not that good. I would have happened probably. Or of course, CEO of a bank. If things had gone by that regular course, then I would have been
good CEO man, better you were not there. So your favorite way to unwind?
My favorite what?
Way to unwind.
Way to unwind, watching movies and TV series. I love watching it. In the last 2 years, though, I've watched just about everything that's available on any platform. So
everybody. I mean, ये जो COVID time ने ना हमें ऐसे internal यही कर दिया है. We love to watch movies, but what kind of movies? Do you watch all the movies that come out?
No, actually no. But so for me, I love movies like Bahubali. High production doesn't necessarily mean it's a serious movie. But it's just good fun to watch, okay? And I've watched Bahubali some 30 times. So I just love it.
Wow.
Yeah. Something like Dangal. I loved Dangal when I watched it. I love all of the Marvel films. All of them. So I'll watch every film. Even if I hate it after I watch it, maybe dekhna to hai at least. So I'll watch all of them without fail. So like that. But yeah, it's not as if I'll watch everything that comes up. But a few genres like adventure or high production values, comedy, I'll see those. I'll see a lot of those. I love those.
Tell me, who's your favorite contemporary singer who you are really fond of?
RJ Singh, without a doubt. I think he can sing anything. He's just brilliant. I've worked with him many times. I first met him when he dubbed me for Yaariyan. I didn't know he was a good singer till I heard his voice. I was like, wow. I think one of the first songs he ever sang outside of Pitam's studio was with Agnee, because we called him to sing. As a human being also, he's one of the nicest people I've ever met. Ridiculous talent. Brilliant singer. And he gets everything he's got, he deserves, and more. That good. I just love it.
So sweet. Which is a song that somebody else has sung and you would have loved to sing that song and you feel, I would have also done real good justice to this song?
A few of them. Hit Hai To Bajega, for example, is a song that I would have loved to sing.
I can hear your voice on that, yeah.
Yeah, I would have loved to sing that song. So I'm so glad he actually sang it, because Barfi and Ashki too, that's when he became popular, right? That's how people got to know that someone called RJ Singh exists. So in that sense, I'm very glad. But I wish I had sung Hit Hai To Bajega. That was a song I think I would have done full justice to. I would have loved to sing.
Anything that you would like to change in your life, the way your life is going right now? Anything that you would like to change?
Can't think of anything, except I wish I had gotten to play tennis with Roger Federer at some point. So I'm a huge fan. Yeah. Roger Federer, I'm a huge fan. Wo harta hai to 3 days I'm in depression. So yeah. I don't care if India loses the Cricket World Cup as much. I mean, that also bothers me, but not as much as Federer losing a match. For me, it's just and to be on a serious note also, I would have loved to become a sports person. Cricketer, I've played for Khaanabadosh Trophy, I've played for Bengal. But then after वो छूट गया. That is something I would have loved to do, be a sportsman.
तभी भी you go नीचे किसी का bat पकड़ के you play, ऐसा है?
Yeah. Agnee rehearsal, sometimes we have someone playing cricket में खेलता हूँ. कोई सामने बैडमिंटन खेलता तो मैं छोड़ता हूँ, मैं रिहर्सल छोड़ के चला जाता हूँ. So
nice.
That is quite good.
Bucket list, अभी भी कुछ है ऐसा कि bucket list में?
बहुत कुछ है. I want to collaborate with Sting. I want to definitely do a song with Sting. I want to go and meet South Americans and South Africans and understand their music and their dance form, which is, I think, every African is pretty much born to sing and dance. So I would love to be a part of that culture sometime.
Wow, interesting.
That's one. One very strange bucket list is that I don't know how to swim. So I want to learn swimming. Yeah. And it really should not be a bucket list thing, because it's in my control. I can start learning tomorrow. But somehow with the Kahani. So that's one thing I would love to learn. That's the one thing I don't have as a skill, as in terms of life skill that people typically have.
God.
I don't have that.
Don't go on a vacation on a cruise. Huh?
No, never. And we've only played on a cruise once, and that too when it was stationed. It was docked. So that's what we played on it. So, and the second thing I don't know is driving. But that I will never learn.
What?
Because, yeah.
Who doesn't know driving?
Why would I? Bombay में कभी गाड़ी चलाए? It's just ridiculous. It is the most painful thing on the planet.
यहाँ पर तो you have to learn. So when you come here, you have to make sure that bucket list में डल जाए.
Done. वो मैं अगर मैं वहाँ पे आऊँगा तो I'll come for a visit. I'm not going to shift. So I'm still not going to learn driving. You can drive me around.
I will drive you. तो चलो इसी से हम बोलते हैं कि we really want to see you very very soon in Dallas, all the way from India to Dallas. World has shrunk so much, you know.
Yeah, I know. We'll come. We are definitely planning a US tour next year, so hopefully that will materialize soon and we'll come. But 99% will be in the US next year for sure.
Oh, awesome. So amazing catching up, Mohan. It was amazing. I can't even imagine that this is happening and we are on a radio talking together.
I love it. It's so good to see you again after so many years. Even the last time we did it was on a phone call, so we didn't really get to see each other. But now it's like, it's superb. I want to see you soon. You take care. It was great fun.
हो रहा है जो हो रहा है, क्यों तुम न जानो ना हम, पम पररररम। क्या पता हम में है कहानियां हैं